Hey everybody, Marshall Apologist here, and crap, CNN has really stepped into it. So there was a meme that Donald Trump had tweeted about where basically he had been in the wrestling match with Vince McMahon, pummeled Vince McMahon, and then got up and walked away like a boss, because that's probably what he paid him to do. Somebody took the video and they superimposed CNN's logo over his face, or the face of Vince McMahon, the guy he was pummeling. So he shares this. CNN freaks out, and all these media elites are going, "This is incitement to violence against the media. Oh my god!" And just in general, just screeching about it like crazy. And it's kind of a funny meme. I can imagine how it went down. Was Trump saw the meme on his computer and went, "Heh, that's pretty funny. Retweet," and then just walked away. No. Media just lost their minds about that one, which makes you wonder if he's an idiot or a genius. But either way, that would have been a cute little story about how CNN and Trump are still at each other's throats, and it would be a nothing story, and who cares? Except then CNN decided to go after the originator of the meme to start with. And basically, they reached out to him, and the conversation we don't have a record of, but I imagine from what CNN wrote up went something like this. "Hey, we know who you are. We know what you did. Alright, we know you made that meme. We want to talk to you about that. Call us back." So then, of course, the guy starts deleting a bunch of his stuff and removing everything. He writes up this big long post on Reddit apologizing for it, probably very insincerely, because he's an internet troll. Apparently they found that he posted a bunch of trollish stuff, some of it racist, some of it sexist, anti-Semitic, whatever else. Maybe the guy's racist, maybe he's an anti-Semite, maybe he's any number of things, but I kind of doubt that. If he's an internet troll, you can't know. You don't troll in sincerity, you troll... You freak people out for the purpose of freaking people out. That's what a troll is. And usually you have to go way too far to get those kind of reactions, because people have a pretty high tolerance threshold most of the time still these days. Why I don't engage in it, and why I don't really care about showing my face on camera on YouTube, because I'm not ashamed of anything I've ever said on here. So I don't really have anything to fear on that. Some people do. They try to hide that. Totally their right. Totally somebody's right if they want to find out who it is, as long as they're not doing anything illegal in the meanwhile. However, after they contacted the guy, they wrote up an article which I'm going to link below, and it basically reads like a protection racket from the mafia, where they basically said, yeah, well, we contacted him, and he was really sorry, and basically, as long as he stays sorry, we won't tell you who he is and ruin his life, because he is a private citizen. Now, if that makes you just a little bit cringe, it should. It's horrifying that you can say something somewhere sometime on the internet that some media company doesn't like. So then they go digging through your internet past and they find every dirty little thing you've ever said about anybody, probably stripped of any and all context, and threaten to expose you to the world, possibly putting you in danger, just because you said something they didn't like. That's monstrous and possibly illegal both by federal and New York state statutes. I haven't seen any lawyers weigh in on that one yet, but that would be an interesting avenue for somebody to pursue. The problem is they get CNN in trouble for doing that, if that is kind of what happened, and it really looks like it is. The guy would have to come forward and actually give his name and have standing and all that. So that would be a bit of an issue if he doesn't want to be found. So they probably nothing will happen with that anyway. But just you, CNN, you are fake news. You have no credibility. You have the titanium gigantic balls to complain about Donald Trump undermining you. And then you go around, veiled, not so veiled, threatening people who make memes about you that you don't like. You've been caught on camera saying that most voters are stupid as excrement. You've been caught on camera admitting that there either isn't or probably isn't anything to the Russia story, but because it sells, you're going to keep hammering it just to get at Trump. And I get it. I get it. I've said on this very channel, I don't really like Trump. Okay? I would much rather just about anybody in Washington have become president. Not Hillary Clinton. But, I mean, this election was a real problem for me that way. But to just hammer on Trump and to continually accuse any and all of his supporters to this day as being anti-Semitical, racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever, any kind of anything that you don't agree with, and blowing up anything that they say wildly out of proportion. It's just astounding. How do you expect to have a network in a couple of years? Honestly, I want to know the answer. I don't understand how you think you're going to have a network if you keep this up. You've hung yourself multiple times over the last couple of weeks. You had to fire people because you printed a fake story. And you retracted it, but, I mean, let's all be honest. A little journalistic integrity would go a long way, although you seem to think that's cute. That's adorable. On top of all this, by the way, your blatant hypocrisy is just outstanding. Because I followed Gamergate. And I remember what you were writing about Gamergaters when allegedly some of them doxed Brianna Wu, among other feminist game writers and journalists. And I remember how you said that was awful. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you really railed on Lou Dobbs for accidentally doxing someone who had accused Trump? Do you? I do. So does the internet. I have nothing else to say. Stay safe, guys. Have fun. Post all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm gonna stick a link down to a meme that I made about this. Because I think it's funny. It's a little dank, but it's fine. I guess if you're worried about it, don't post things, because apparently the media will come hunt you down if they don't like it. Good luck.